Sherrone Moore has been fired by Michigan. James, the news came out today and it was a bombshell out of nowhere. When I saw the news, I was like, wow, it seems like Michigan has one loss to Ohio State for the first time in 5 years and they just had to get rid of him. But that's actually not what happened. Turns out Sherrone Moore might have gone full Ime Udoka and had an inappropriate you never go full Ime Udoka. Had an inappropriate relationship with someone on his staff and was immediately let go. James, what were your thoughts when this first all came out?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. When I saw it said Michigan fired their head coach, I was shocked, Spence, because at first I thought, why would they fire their basketball coach? They're killing it on the basketball court lately. And then I clicked the link and I was like, damn, Moore got fired? They just went. They had a decent season, not Michigan standards from 2 years ago winning the title. But I was like, damn, did something go wrong between him and Bryce Underwood? Is there some money mishandling coming around with NIL? We've seen that happen here and there. And then I was like, okay, by cause. And I was like, man, there was only so many things I could think of. But I'm not going to lie, I did not go with what I saw after, where they said inappropriate relationship with a
Yeah.
staff.
Yeah, it was definitely a crazy thing to hear, but it got even weirder after that, James, because after this news came out, after he was let go by the university, he actually was detained and put in custody by police. Now, I want to be clear, it doesn't say the word arrest in this news report, all right? But this is per the Metro Detroit News. Sherrone Moore was detained by police on Wednesday. Earlier in the day, the university announced he had been fired. Sources tell MDN the situation stemmed from a domestic incident at an apartment where Moore allegedly attacked a woman. He also allegedly made concerning statements about harming himself. Police later located him and took him into custody. He is currently being held at the Washtenaw County Jail. He was fired following an investigation into an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. So, that's not the only thing I saw, though, James. I saw what someone is reporting to be what happened here. All right, this is at Real Rob Reinhardt on X. So I'm not 100% sure how credible this guy is. I'm going to put that out there. He is defending himself in the comments, though, and he does have a small following on X, but he has some notable people that do follow him. So I'm just going to put this out there. Y'all can think what you want to think. You can believe what you want to believe, but this is interesting. Sources have provided me with the graphic details leading up to the arrest of former head coach Sherrone Moore. During an argument with his wife, Moore threatened to kill himself. He then drove to and broke into the home of his assistant, where he held a knife to his own throat and threatened to kill both himself and that staffer. He was then intercepted at a local church after his wife provided his phone's locations to the authorities. He is now in protective custody. Just a tragic chain of events for all involved. Now, again, I'm not saying that's what happened. That's what's being reported on X. But James, it does seem to kind of line up with that news article about him harming himself, about him getting into a domestic incident at an apartment. Wow.
Holy crap! Wow. After just losing your first time to Ohio State, what on God's earth is going on in Ann Arbor, man? Because don't get me wrong, you know how it is in today's new realm of getting help, therapy, X, Y, and Z. You see someone like Sherrone Moore, you have the dream job. You're coaching a Big Ten powerhouse conference. Why would you think of these thoughts? Why would you think of doing these things? And it's just one of the things that, man, we'll never understand the mind. I'm not a, what do they call it, psychiatrist? No, I'm not no mind reader at all. But I hate it for Sherrone Moore. I saw a tweet and a supposed report that a DoorDash driver was the one who was the anonymous tip and said they delivered plan B to him. I'm totally shocked. This is not the way you want to end not just your season and probably your coaching career now. But man, you're gonna have a sorry ass Christmas, man. That's for sure, man. Christmas is around the corner. It's not looking good for you.
I made the joke about Ime Udoka, but I think the difference here now is Ime Udoka just kind of laid under the radar for a while, waited for the dust to settle. Then he came back to coach. Well, Sherrone Moore did not do that. He literally has apparently gone off the deep end and is quite possibly losing his mind in front of us all. Really sad situation. Hope everything works out there. But
Yeah.
James, we got a football program that is one of the biggest in the nation. This is
Yep.
going to be one of the most coveted jobs that's available, and it's got to be filled, I think, pretty quick, right? Because the
Yeah.
portal's coming.
Oh yeah. Somebody's got to coach this Cheez-It Bowl, right?
What are your thoughts on this job? I've seen some rumors, I'm sure you've seen them as well, that Kalen DeBoer is a candidate.
Yeah, I did see those rumors. I wouldn't sign the slip for him to go to Michigan. That wouldn't be my number one, just because I do think he's doing pretty good at Alabama. I know Alabama fans probably don't think that. But in all other honesty, I mean, he's done fairly well for a good coach, not Nick Saban level. But let's see what he does with Keon Russell, the 5-star freshman from Texas, hopefully next year. Hopefully that will go through and all that. But in all honesty, man, if there's a guy I think should coach Michigan, and if it's me, like I said, I believe this guy is down earth, gritty. He would fit the Big Ten like motto. I'm gonna go with Kenny Dillingham, the Arizona State head coach. I feel like he would be a good fit. Kind of reminds me of Dan Lanning, who, yes, he was from his coaching tree at Oregon. So I feel like this would be a perfect match for Michigan if I had to go right off the rip. Now, of course, jokes aside, maybe Lane Kiffin might quit and go to Michigan on all seriousness, bro. Because, hey, like Lane Kiffin said, yo, you got fired for cheating, bro. Let's go. Like, Lane will find a way to get out of it. But no, in my honesty, I think Kenny Dillingham's the number one guy if I'm Michigan, who I want to go for, because I don't like any other guys on this list. I'm not considering, definitely not Brian Kelly. And, maybe Ohio State fans will. They'll be like, hey, Brian Kelly, please come so we can win like 40 straight on y'all.
Let me give you a name, and it's a name that it'd be an interesting one to me for a lot of reasons. But I think it could be looked at as just like a pipe dream, and it's like, hey, it's too easy to say. But I genuinely think that Barstool CEO Dave Portnoy has a lot of influence on that Michigan program.
He does.
He was the reason why Bryce Underwood went to Michigan, and that's well documented.
Oh, yeah.
It's also well documented who is employed by Dave Portnoy.
Oh, yeah.
John Gruden. And John Gruden would be a home run hire by Michigan. And Dave Portnoy has already started tweeting about it. I don't know if that would be something John Gruden would want to do. I don't know if he has college background, but I think he would be an absolutely sensational hire for them, because I bet we already know the X's and O's is going to be good with John Gruden. He's going to have his team fired up, ready to go. I think he'd be able to recruit well. I think he would be a slam dunk. Another name I've seen floated out there, if things continue to go south in Baltimore, could the other Harbaugh brother go coach Michigan for a season or two?
Hey, you never know. I will say this with the John Gruden thing. I know that would be a very interesting hire. Like you said, it would blow the Twitter world upside down. I don't think that would happen, because I know John Gruden. I've seen videos of him saying if he wanted to coach college, he would do SEC. But like you mentioned, with the ties with Portnoy and all of those guys, I could see that happening. And I know we joke about some of these NFL coaches. Yeah, I'm with you. Some of these guys who've been here a little bit longer, maybe they're hoping to get another title, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen in the Super Bowl era. But yeah, throw Mike Tomlin in there, throw freaking Harbaugh in there. Like John, I would love to joke about it. I know he's already sanctioned off. Bring back Jim. Somehow find a way to bring back Jim. Bring Jim and John and Mike Tomlin. Let them just coach a pro style. But no, this Michigan job, it's a hot ticket, man. You don't want to miss it. And let's throw a left field out here. And this is just because I think players do like to someday coach. I would love to see Tom Brady figure a way. Like, this is your alma mater. Figure it out.
Hey, I think Tom Brady's doing just fine. I think he's going to pass on that one.
Yeah, he's doing. I don't think he wants to stress. Being a minority owner of the Raiders, doing Fox, I think that's a better game. And plus, Fox is paying him more than probably Michigan would ever pay. I mean, 100%. Hey, unless you defer it to like 2080, like the Dodgers, go for it, man. Go for it. But no, it'd be interesting. John Gruden, that'd be interesting. But yeah, I'm gonna go with my guy from Arizona State. I think he would be the fit ASAP. Kenny Dillingham.
Okay. Kenny Dillingham is. But y'all let us know in the comments who is going to be the best candidate to get the Michigan job now that Sherrone Moore is out. And let us know y'all's thoughts on the crazy Sherrone Moore situation. If you have not already and you made it to the end of this video or this podcast episode, make sure you are liked and subscribed to our channel here on YouTube. Get us on TikTok, get us on Instagram, get us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.